What up, what up, what up, what up? What's going on? What's happening, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Weekly Vlog with your host, your host with the most, Mr. Danny D. Yeah, bye. Get that out of my system here. Just having some fun with it. As you guys can tell, I'm a hat guy. I got like tons of hats up there. I got tons of jackets. I don't know, man. I really don't know. When it comes to hats, jackets, watches, that's my thing. I seem to collect them and not really wear a lot of them. It's really only three hats that I wear. My F Your Excuses hat, my Warrior hat, and I got a super awesome, like super cool spy hat where it's got like pouches tucked in and hidden everywhere. So you can put like notes and like your credit cards and all that kind of stuff in there. That's pretty sweet. Pretty dope. But yeah, so due to popular demand, I've been getting a lot of requests to teach people how to do inbound leads, how to do inbound lead generation systems. So I think we're going to talk about that today. You're welcome. I know I love being a smart ass. But yeah, so inbound lead generation systems, they don't have to be hard. They don't have to be complicated. They can be pretty basic. It's really only 3-4 steps. That's really all you need to concern yourself with. It's really all you need to worry about yourself. And most importantly, it's an investment in yourself and an investment in your business, your family, right? You need traffic, and we've already discussed cold traffic, like organic traffic and that kind of stuff, the warm traffic, and how to do that in a couple of the other previous video trainings here, a couple of the video logs. So there's that. You guys are welcome to go back and find them if you want. Enjoy them. Learn as much as you can. That's what I'm here to do. Teach you guys, provide as much value as possible. So without any further ado, let's get into it right here. Bum, bum, bum. I would like to share with you a whiteboard. I did this earlier. Like I recorded this once already. And I kind of messed up because I had my face here and my face here, and all of my drawings were covered by my face. So it really doesn't nobody any good. So I had to go through and do this all over again for you guys. You're welcome. I hate doing stuff twice, and hopefully I never have to go through that again. So there we are, the whiteboard. Ba-ba-ba-ba. All right. So because I don't know where it's going to put my picture, and I put my picture up over there last time. We're going to go like this. I like this nice little green color. I like this little pen for drawing, and I'm going to move this out of the way. So you got a few different components to your inbound lead generation systems. You've got Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Google, so many other resources, so many components. You can use any of these social media, any of these platforms to get your content in front of people, to get your promotions in front of people. So the way you do that is by opening up your checkbook, grabbing your wallet. I'm so horrible at drawing on this stuff, so you guys can make fun of me all you want. I'm making fun of myself. This is what we call an advertisement. There's your text, and I'm just going to put AD there for a reminder. So you need to fork up some cash. You need to come up with an ad. When you're designing, when ads are getting designed and stuff for like that for you, I believe we discussed this a couple weeks ago. You need to know your audience. You need to know your ideal client. You need to speak to them. That's a must, must, must. You need a very good headline, and you need a very good offer. Those are the three components to generating inbound leads and having people seeking you out, right? So once you got that done, you want to tailor your ad. What the ad is going to be designed to do is take them over here and drop them off on what is called, you can call it whatever you want. You can call it, I'm not even going to bother with words and stuff like that. I'm doing better than I was on the last video. I'll try it again. I got shattered a knuckle here a few years back, and it makes it kind of hard for me to do some things. So here is what's called your landing page, your sales page, your whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of different names for it. Lead capture page. I'm going to backtrack a little bit. Most of you guys have a website. I'm willing to bet a lot of you guys have a lot of websites and have websites, and your websites are great. There's nothing wrong with your websites, but as far as I'm concerned, I have a website too, but they're dinosaurs, right? They're a dying breed. They're basically a glorified business card. They're for information and information only. If people want to research your business, check out your blogs, that's where they're going to go. And it's generally full of a lot of content, right? I got to clean my glasses. This is horrible. This is going to be the first time you guys will ever see me without my glasses on. But where was I? Yeah, your website. So it's basically all it is a glorified business card. It's designed to host a bunch of content and be informational. I bet you that at least 75% of you guys that will be, you people that will be watching this, will be wondering how to make your website generate you more leads. It's really hard to monetize that. People can go to your About Me page, they can go to your blog, check out your videos, news releases, press releases, contact. There's so much stuff on there. It's so easy for people to get lost and confused and bounce. There's strategies to monetize it, but why bother, right? You put a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of effort, a lot of love into getting that done for yourself. Just leave it as is. That's what a landing page is for. A landing page really has three main components: your headline, your offer, something to drive your offer home, whether it's a couple sentences, a couple paragraphs, a video, whatever the case may be, and then a form to collect information. It could be as simple as an email address. It could be name, email address, phone number. It really depends on your industry, what your objectives are. There's a lot of different dynamics there. Let's not get too far into that right now. So the landing page is very, very basic. There's nowhere to click. There's nowhere to get lost. It's just 1, 2, 3. Do you want to proceed, right? You can do interactive landing pages where people just go through, clicks, do like a little survey, whatever. They get to the end, and then you ask for the information at the end. But there's just so many ways to design them. Every industry, every person, every niche, it's very different. It's important when you're talking to somebody like myself that it's important that when we're talking to you guys, we drill down and figure out who your ideal client is, who your audience is, what the offer is going to be, so we know the best way to design this kind of stuff for you, right? From here, you want to drop them off right back where they came. And I'm just going to use Facebook as an example, because Facebook hates it when you take people off their platform. They want you to be spending your energy and your time on there, cruising around, checking it out, doing whatever. When you're advertising and promoting, they don't like you taking people away from there, which is why they have their own little lead ads, they call it, to keep people on the platform. But if you're going to drop people, when you drop people back off at Facebook, what you want to do is drop them off on your page, get them to like your business page, or drop them off on some sort of a private secret group where they can be active and engaged. I'm sure you guys have noticed, if you've been around for a while, or if you're new in the industry, the business pages don't really get a lot of love. They don't really get a lot of action or engagement. I definitely recommend having some sort of a group where you can get people asking questions, talking, being engaged, and doing that kind of stuff. Now, what happens after a lead is generated? Well, this step right here is really not enough to start calling them or doing anything off of, right? All they've done is expressed an interest. That's not enough to quantify a purchase typically at this point. So what you also want to do is you're going to want some sort of an email process. You could have some sort of a chatbot thing going on. You can text, and you can leave voicemails. Now this right here is called your follow-up process. You with me so far? And this process, is follow-up process, is where a lot of salespeople end up dropping the ball. It's one thing to generate leads. If you're generating leads, you got a lot of leads, you need some sort of a system or a process in place to keep up with them and nurture them, because they're going to be in different stages in their buying cycle. Sure, maybe 30% of them will be ready to purchase something today, now, get on the phone. 30% of them aren't going to know what they want. The other 30% are just kicking tires. Why are you even wasting your time on them? The other 10% got dragged out kicking and screaming by their spouse, parents, significant other, whatever. They didn't even want to be there in the first place. They're just doing it because they have to do it. So it's important to classify people into those categories so you know where to spend your time on. And your main focus should be on revenue generating activities. So focusing on those first two categories, that first 60% of people that are ready to buy now, or they just need to find somebody that they like, trust, that has an appropriate solution. That's where your emails, your chatbots, your text messages, your voicemails, whatever come in. We're not going to get into the nitty gritty of all this today. I mean, each of these can be broken down into their own little segments. I run 10, 15 minutes long on these things. That's anything more than 15 minutes, I have trouble watching myself personally anymore. So I'm going to do my best to follow my limits and for you guys, so I don't put you guys through any of that. So with that being said, the follow-up process being where most salespeople, where most representatives, whatever, they end up dropping the ball. You can automate all of this, right? You need systems, processes, infrastructure. You need all of this in play in order to maintain the leads as they're coming in. I mean, there's nothing stopping you from going out, networking, doing whatever. And when you get leads, you can enter them into this automated system, right? System can be set up and tailored to you 100%. There is no right or wrong way. It's all testing, trial and error. If you're working with somebody, the second that they stop testing for you is the second that you need to walk away and say, you're fired. Because it may be running smoothly today, but next week you may see a 10, 20% drop in results. And so optimizing constantly to keep driving those results up, or at least keeping them consistent depending on the industry and the changes, is definitely a necessity. It's a key component to what you need to do. So you've got 3 components breaking down into 4 more components. You need to know your audience. You need to know your audience. You need to have a kick-ass headline, and you need to have a kick-ass offer. Without those 3 things in place, it's very hard to generate leads and very hard to make money. Your landing page is the next step in the process. That needs to drive home the offer, stack a bunch of value, get their permission to stay in contact with them and give them more information until they're ready to buy. You get that information, it filters them down here into the follow-up process so you can keep in touch, stay top of mind, and literally, if it's designed right, you're only picking up the phone when people have checks in hand saying, hey, I'm ready to go. When it comes to mortgage, like mortgage and commercial loans and stuff like that, that one industry that we work in, we can automate everything and take the human element out almost altogether, to the point that you really just need somebody sitting at the computer reviewing the files, the applications, all the documentations, to make sure that everything is complete, nothing stands out, nothing's fishy before you start processing the application. You can have all that done. And that's what people want. They want it right now. And if you're not picking up the phone when people call because they want to buy, they're going to your competitor. Let's just face it. So stop leaving money on the table by not following up and getting in front of leads when you need to. You can implement these systems to do all of that for you. You never have to. It doesn't matter if you're having a good day, bad day, whatever. You don't have to worry about labor laws, do not call lists, nothing. Your advertisements, your text messages, that emails, they're in your sequence. It's going out whenever it's programmed. As soon as somebody enters what's called the funnel, they start off at square one and they just keep going down the line. And they just go down the line, until they're ready to write a check, or they get kicked out because they're not going anywhere. So it's really that simple, guys. It doesn't have to be complicated. I mean, you can break this down a little bit more. You can put more steps in if you want to, but in my opinion, simplicity sells, especially on the landing page. I'm not a fan of these big, long, fancy landing pages where it takes me 20 minutes to read, whatever. Give me a good headline. Give me 1 or 2 sentences or 1 or 2 paragraphs with 2 or 3 sentences each. Drive the point home for me. I'll make my decision whether or not I want more information. All these big, long landing pages with all this options over here, that blah, blah, blah. It's just I don't have time or patience to read that kind of stuff. I've got a life to live. I've got people to help, people to serve. And if I'm spending all my time watching a video or like reading a big ass long sales letter, chances are you're going to lose me. And those are the types of people that I like to work. Realtors, I mean, that can be a 6-9 month turnaround before before people purchase a house. So if you're setting up a campaign like this in real estate, you need to expect 3 to 6 months before leads start converting. And again, that's where the importance of systems, processes, and infrastructure comes in, because you're no longer taking those 10, 15, on average, I was spending 15, 20 hours a week, maybe even 30, depending on the week, following up and chasing people. Like, that's ridiculous. I could be spending my time. There's much better ways, more effective. There's much, like, I hated it. That's not an effective use of my time. Yes, it is revenue generating activities, but it takes time to get there. It takes away from my family. It takes away from me, my hobbies, my rollerblading, my stuff that I like to do. Why would I want to do it? I can't work 24/7. The robots will work 24/7, right? That's just it. So real estate, commercial loans, brokerages, financial advisors, there's roofers, flooring, this process works for pretty much any industry. E-commerce, like, there's so much potential, and a lot of it is untapped. And I say untapped because the human element and not following up and not doing the work and getting overloaded and, oh, I'm having a bad day, so I'm going to go home now, and whatever. I get it. It happens to us all. But there's technology that can be implemented to take that out of the equation altogether. Now we're in the process of building out 2 or 3 of those systems for people as we speak, and that's what counts. That's what matters at the end of the day, right? That's what you want. So in terms of inbound lead, there you go. It's all broken down for you. If you guys have any questions, concerns, let me know. I'm here to help. I'm glad to help. Always here, glad to help. There's going to be a slide at the end of this with my contact information. Down below, if you're watching this on YouTube, my contact information is going to be in the description as well. You can find me on all your social media accounts, majority of your favorite social media accounts. Contact me direct, whatever the case may be. I'm here to help. Ask me questions. Give me some love. Share this with somebody who needs it. Hope you guys are having a great day, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Cheers.